Hey everyone! Oh, I forgot to close it. I forgot to close the door. Oh well, what's another hiccup or two? Anyway, hey everybody. Karsten Chandler here once again. And as I mentioned earlier when I announced this stream a few hours ago, we're going to be doing a lovely little story reading. It's a little bit of something from the bigger story of which I've written whilst I was in jail and meditating in premonitionary details and other aspects that came about from present tense and past tense. The events of Chaos Crystal Control that happened late February in 2006. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you, Alfred Wooden. Thank you, Alfred. When did Batman's butler come into the play? Pardon me. Anyway, so just give y'all a little bit of content in regards to good old Chaos. I wish this green screen wouldn't do this to yellow. It shouldn't do this to yellow. Yeah, that's distracting. That's why I put that on screen. Anyway, so obviously, this is Pat. I wrote this within just 1 month. This entire thing. I'm just gonna show y'all really quick a little bit of a sample. You're gonna love this. You love how people can write really, really small. Look at this. I can write within 2 lines, and I can write even smaller than that. And this is a full-fledged lined notebook sheet of paper. Shadow. I don't know what you mean by that. I think you might either mean Shadow the Hedgehog or something else, but anyway. Oh. To LD's cat. Cleanse the air. Recover the sick cat. Yes. Thank you, Citrus Peppercorn. And you are blessed as well. But anyway, just focusing on the details. So this entire thing of Chaos Crystal Control, I literally counted the pages of details on this thing. I even wrote like table of contents on this thing. This thing is like well over 100 pages. Oh, yeah, actually, we'll see. That's another thing. Thank you. Anyway. Yeah, this thing is just literally over 201 pages. Sitching at them. What's a sitch, guys? Thank you, Baller. Alright, but obviously says I am going to be reading a little bit of this because a few of y'all, apparently less than a few of y'all from within the fandom, I've seen these few drawings that I have done within the past few months that are colored in. But another detail I will note, so there is one particular drawing that comes about in a later part of this of these events because a lot of individuals just go back in time. So obviously, whether or not I wrote you in or not, can we please not? Because the name's not Ian. I'm Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sachu, and I'm the prime of all Christ Chans and Christians from throughout the entire multiverse. So please, respect. There's no Ian Brandon Anderson, period. Anyway, so getting back to the focus here. So in the later part of Chaos Crystal Control, because also SNT, Project SNT was created by Namgay, ended up going throughout the multiverse a few times, thanks to the late and really dead Opus Con 789. Yeah, but anyway, she has a vision where she ends up empathizing with me when I was on the cross back when I was Jesus in Nazareth back in Jerusalem. Anyway, so a lot of y'all might have seen this picture and thought that was like Sanchi, but obviously no, that's not Sanchi. Sanchi's not blue, and that's not Sonic either. S&T. And what is going on with the way the light reflects off the phone? Oh, yay. Anyway, you can get a general, you got a general view of the picture. You've seen it before. Yeah, but anyway, so a lot of individuals, as I have personally saw and written, have gone back in time from 2022 all the way back to like February 2006. And this story spans within a few days of that time. But essentially, the short version of it, at least the show so far up to this point, where I'm reading right now. So it's like the first half of the Dimension Merge happened back in 2006, which it evolved literally. Sonic and Princess Elise, those events that essentially became undone, but that was the first half of the Dimension Merge, literally. It happened way back in 2006, late 2006, mind you. Now, Trump be damned. He's in jail. He's never getting out. Period. We'll just leave it at that. Not in this timeline. Not in this timeline. Anyway. Let me get back to this because I'm doing story time. So anyway, the show so far, the first half Dimension Merge was beginning in February 2006. Bless you, Austin. Recover. Anyway. Alright, I cannot answer every single donation, but I'll just answer as many as I can as we go. But anyway, so the show so far, a Dimension Terror Rift happened that started the first half, that came out in the first half of the Dimension Merge back in February 2006. And obviously the thing was over Quickville. Anyway, and then, so everybody goes out to collect the Chaos Crystal Balls. And it's just a mess of Chaos Crystal control at about near the end of the events, as written in here. And there's lots and lots of individuals. And also, so it'll be a frequently asked question, as I noted in the cast list at the end, on the last page of this. Am I involved in this story? Yes, you are. Whether I wrote you in specifically or not. Anyway. But of course, also, I should mention this, having gone back in time at this point, by this part, we're also the daughters of Sancha and Rosie, Roberta, Christine, and Sarah. Darn this freaking green screen effect! We gotta do something about this! Now, I'm reaching out, and my friends are helping me with these details as well, but anyway. Anyway, so that's them. This part is what I'll be reading shortly. As well as Human Rainbow Dash from Canterlot High in Maryland. She had already arrived back in latent time, so that was just the whole thing by this point. No, excuse me a sec. Alright. Anyway, that's just essentially the long and short of it, but obviously wrote over 200 pages of all this within the month of December. That was quite the NaNoWriMo. That's a lot more than 5,000 words in 1 month, handwritten in that small. Yeah. Well, I put my mind to it. That could be quite impressive. Anyway, so let's get down to it. So, I should mention as well. So, Chaos Crystal Control. Let's see. How many acts does this thing have? Yeah. It has a total of 10 acts or so. Oh, and then there's like a act 0. Yeah, it's like it has more than 10 acts. Anyway. So, this is Chaos Crystal Control Act 4. Sanchi, Rosie, and Lightning on the town. Monday, February 27th, 2006. Quickville, Virginia, United States of America. 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sanchi Prime, Rosie Prime had awoken an hour earlier, as did Roberta, Sanchu, and Sarah Rosechew. They all washed up, enjoyed breakfast, and the morning conversation. And on the nearby print of the Quickville Press newspaper, the headline on the front page read, "Locals go strange from merge stress and the subtext under that read, "Business is disrupted during the day." The effect staved off by bedtime. At about 7:30, Sancho and Rosie got their bags. Rosie laid out one more time. Sancho, with Rosie by his side, tells Roberta and Sarah at the front door, "Now we're counting on both of you to maintain and keep the house safe, clean, and well. Be sure everything you may remove from the shelves and place are put back into place." Roberta responds in the ferns with a smile. "Dad, I promise you, you have nothing to worry about. In fact, a lot of the rules you and Mom laid out last night are same as when we minded the house in the future." Sarah puts an elbow on Roberta's shoulder with a slight lean. "You guys have taught and overtaught us how to keep a clean house. Even our sweetheart partners love us for our hard work at home. The spiritual and Zen way has worked out well with us then. It shall work well with us now." Rosie responds, Okay, but if you have anyone over, be positive to clean up behind themselves." "We promise," Roberta and Sarah tell them with a nod and a hand over their hearts. "And Roberta?" "Yes, Daddy?" "After Rosie and I return home, I'd like to race you and see for myself how well the future work pays off." "You've got a deal." They hug and bid their byes and see you laters. Then Sancho and Rosie dash to the street and start their run to New York City. Zapbud flowers in full bloom at their house and along the Brunchville Lane sidewalk sway. After Sarah moves back towards the living room, Roberta closes the front door, then joins her. "All right," Sarah starts. "I'm going to get Rainbow here to jam with." "Are you certain, Sarah? We haven't had Rainbow Dash over at our house yet." "Yeah, I'm sure, Robbie. You remember the times we visited her up in Baltimore? She's kept her room neat, and her closet somewhat disorganized, and a pile of laundry a foot tall by her washing machine. She does her laundry once a week. She's cool and responsible. I'll vouch for her. She messes up." "Okay, Sarah, that will be your situation." Right. Sarah focused her thoughts to Night Star Sancho, who was in Quickville at the time, and sends her a, "Hey, Night Star." And of course, Night Star was in Quickville at the time. She was not in Equestria, but she was in her. But she was switching back and forth between her human and Sancho form while she was in Quickville. Anyway, meanwhile, at Night Star's house, 2 streets northeast from there, she and Rainbow Dash had enjoyed a restful night. Rainbow took the bed in the house's guest room. They woke at about 6:45 a.m. Rainbow fixed herself a power breakfast: hash browns, scrambled eggs, bacon, and put them all between 2 slices of whole wheat bread with ketchup and hot sauce. "Oh, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs." With a fresh apple and a glass of orange juice on the side, she chowed down about 7:15 a.m. Night Star had some of those scrambled eggs, and she made a long breakfast burrito for herself with orange juice and banana on the side. After a good talking brekkie, the two of them started to share some energizing yoga exercises. At 7:32 a.m., Night Star received a thought from Sarah. "Hey, Night Star, this is Sarah Rosechew." Night Star telepathically replied, "Ah, Sarah from 2022. I rather expected your call amidst our yoga. Well, Magi-Chan told me you have my friend Rainbow Dash as a guest." "That is correct. I foresee you wish to share the day with her?" "Yep. Please send her to me at Sancho and Rosie's house ASAP." "I shall oblige." "Thanks. You have a great day." "You too, Sarah." Amidst mountain pose, Night Star tells Rainbow, "Rainbow, a friend of yours is here as well and wishes to share the day with you." "Really?" Rainbow responds. "Well, I think I do better without the glasses." As they transition to Downward Dog. "Who?" "I'll let that be a surprise for you, my friend. After exiting the house, go southwest 2 streets to Brunchville and look for house number 14. The owners are not at home." "Awesome. Thanks," Rainbow says, transitioning into the next pose. At 8 o'clock a.m., Rainbow left Night Star's house, found Brunchville Lane, and house number 14. She recognizes the house. "Can it be?" she asks herself as she approaches and rings the doorbell with a smile on her face. Inside, Roberta was enjoying the A section of the newspaper while Sarah was reading sports. Sarah goes to the front door and opens it. "Sarah?" Rainbow asks. Sarah responds, "Hey." Sarah steps aside and lets her enter. Sarah closes the door. Rainbow says, "Hey, Rob. Roberta smiles while looking away from the paper. Hi, Rainbow Dash. Wow, I can't believe you guys are here too. I know. Magi-Chan gave us the 411 on the haps. Sarah takes a nearby chair. Well, friend, I thought maybe you and I can grab some grub, update each other on the events so far, go do some training at Pokemon Gym if it's free, or at the park Altsy, and see where today gets us. Oh, that's cool, but I have to ask, is this Sancho and Rosie's house? The one and only? Please forgive me if I'm having to look down, because I got the paper right down here in front of me, so obviously I am reading, so... Anyway... Oh, please, it's no different from the past, you two Fame, but thank you, Cetrus Peppercorn. Thank you very much. Anyway, where was I? Okay, Roberta asked. Anyway, Roberta adds, I've just checked with Magi-Chan as you mentioned it, but the Pokemon Gym is free today from about noon to 4. A home game is scheduled at 6 o'clock between the Orioles and Fastballs. O's TV, where the Orioles play. Yeah, the Quickville Fastballs. Awesome! Sarah and Rainbow respond. Roberta continues. I also recommend a book you might be interested in. Roberta points to the nearby bookshelf. Rainbow turns to look and sees the hardbound book with pink and brown patterns and a Triforce trio on the front cover. Rainbow gets up for a closer look, then picks the book off the stand on the shelf and reads the spine. Legends and Prophecies of Hyrule? No way! Rainbow lifts the front cover to look at the title page of the 2,000-page book and sees the inside cover written in ink. To Sir Sanchi Prime and Lady Rosedew Prime. Okay. Thank you so much for your insights and hard work. Keep developing your wisdom well. May your heroes continue to bless you. My brain went blank because I had written one iteration of the way that message went as opposed to how it was originally went on a previous page, and it got us a lot of pages anyway. Then it was signed Princess Zelda Angelina Rosedew. Sarah remembers. Yep. Mom and Dad went to Glen Chris and Magi-Chan to help them out in Hyrule. The princess thanked them with that and for the prophecy research and stuff. Rainbow returns to the sofa with the book on her lap, treating it like a valuable treasure as she read through the table of contents. So awesome! Isn't that grand? Okay, so this is another detail. So obviously, this happened right after the events of S&T versus Sanchu 3 Fractured Realities, as mentioned, as obvious here with Saki and Rookie, because they end up back in time with S&T right after all that. At Bubbles Rosedew's house, 8:30 a.m. the previous day, Angelica Rosedew returned to the church at 6:30 p.m. and found the sisters asleep in the pews with blankets upon them and not a sign of wine at all in the entire church as promised. Courtney and Saki slept well in the guest room. Rookie slept all night on the cushions of the sofa, and Bubbles in her room. Everyone had to get up with the sunrise. Bubbles fixed a filling, delicious breakfast for them all. Rookie and the girls talked and agreed Rookie should go ahead with Bubbles to get a feel for the city and where Tails' house was, and prepare Sonic and Tails of Saki and Courtney. After that, they sent in Alakazam to teleport Courtney and Saki there. At 8:30 a.m., Bubbles and Rookie ran to and through the city. This day, the citizens were back to normal but feeling woozy like they all had suffered from hangovers from the weirdness of the prior day. Bubbles and Rookie make it to Tails' house within a couple of minutes, wherein Amy was smiling, happy like a cricket on a sunny day while sitting on the living room sofa next to Sonic and watching TV. Sonic, however, had a rough night after having to put up with Amy. Charlie Chas Sanchu of the Psychic Squadron, rank 5, was sprucing up his bonsai plants, and Tails was marveling at how Sonic was looking. The doorbell rang. Tails went to answer it, finding Bubbles and Rookie. Hi, Bubbles. Hi. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, check it out. Bubbles Roast Juice sounds like teenage Bubbles from that one episode of Powerpuff Girls, literally. Oh my gosh, check it out. So I was like, okay, I had to chant. I had to get that focus for myself. Hi, Tails. This is Rookie from the future. Hi. Hi, Tails, Rookie says. Hi. Tails thinks, well, the future folk are popping up a lot lately. And Tails says, well, come on in. Bubbles and Rookie enter. Tails closes the door. Everyone greets Bubbles, including Amy. Bubbles introduces Rookie, then they sit as Rookie tells the story of him having met everyone, aside from Charlie Chaz Sideshoe, in later years and alternate universe. His adventures mentioning S&T that got Amy talking as well, bringing up Courtney and Saki and telling everyone about them. This talk lasted about a couple of hours before Bubbles called for an Alakazam. Then an Alakazam teleports to Bubbles' house and teleports Courtney and Saki to Tails' foyer. As Courtney and Saki are welcomed, the Alakazam teleports back to the Psychic Tower. Tails offers the guest room for their new guests. I thought this might be in this part. So yeah, a couple more individuals that came back in time, as you're about to hear shortly. At the Psychic Tower in the same room at about 9 a.m., Magi-Chan Sachi Prime meditates with the hyper-trained level 100 Alakazams, including good old Larry. Magi-Chan foreknew that he too would take further active role among some of the visitors from the future, such as the moment with this one as a portal opens in Quickville Park on one of the walking running paths, and exiting this portal is an anthropological white dog in a sharp, clean purple vest, and his favorite mug in his left hand or paw, whatever you want to call it. The dog standing about 2 feet 10 inches on hind paws, stands still holding his mug, still undamaged, but his teeth spilled. Oh my goodness, where am I? This is not Equestria. A moment ago I was talking with Lightning Bliss and she told me Silver had not yet been found since the sudden disappearance from TF2 yesterday. Maddie was upset because that cost her the point during the training exercises. Firebrand saw a portal closing where Silver was standing. Now I'm suddenly here. The dog sniffs around for any familiar odors. The smell of Sachi fur is in the air, so I must be on Earth. Magi-Chan teleports in front of the dog. Indeed you are on Earth, Dr. Wolf. Ah, Magi-Chan, so good to see you again. Yet perhaps not as well. Magi-Chan hands Dr. Wolf a copy of the day's paper. He takes it and reads, Quickfield Press, Monday, February 27th, 2006? Indeed so. A black earth pony with an English accent, a quill and book for a cutie mark, and blue mane and tail with purple streak walks up the trail to Dr. Wolf and Magi-Chan. Oh, what a fine how do you do this is. I was reading another one of my favorite graphic novels. Now suddenly it's 2,000 Blaze Sits. And wow, it looks a lovely city. I can't. She looks as she nears the two of them. Dr. Wolf? Oh, Bab. What are you doing here? They ask simultaneously. Ah, this is why I am here, Magi-Chan says to both of them. They turn to listen to Magi-Chan. Dr. Wolf and Obab Scribbler? The two halves of the dimension merges upon us between 2006 and 2022, and it should be the 1218 and C197 halves of our Earth are coming back together in 2022. But rather than elaborating in the chilly February air, I have somewhere better for us to talk. Magi-Chan teleports Obab Scribbler and Dr. Wolf to a spacious 2-bedroom apartment in the Psychic Squadron base tower next to the Psychic Tower on the 2nd floor. They appear in a cozy, inviting room lined on wall with bookshelves filled with books on psychiatry and books of fantasy and adventure with metaphysical details, as well as prophecies and graphic novels. There's also comfy white sofas and chairs with coffee tables, a couple of decorative lovely rugs with the walls, painted a calming shade of periwinkle. Oh, that's a good bit of narrating, Tristine, Hobab tells me. I've read your prior books and so as my chronicler, but that takes a backdrop to your present skills, I dare say. I'm truly impressed. Why, thank you, Scribbler. Not to go too much into it now, but I have really found myself in the soul search. Well, it really shows, she says with a smile. Anyway, in the kitchen, it is stocked with fresh fruits and frozen foods, as well as various teas, including chakra point teas and fresh fruits and frozen foods, as well as various teas, including and coffee and a teapot, coffee maker, and clean mugs. Oh, scrumptious! She cries out with a jolly smile. I told about telepathy. Just so you know, those who have traveled to 2006 during this, most of them who write will have a harder time manifesting their results on metaphysical. Oh, bloody hell! But with Magi-Chan's input, your creative insights, and being more than 2 steps ahead, Scribbler, you may be able to help out in this completion of manifestation progress as dimension merge. As God of Gods, I do hold greater say in line with the divine plan. But of course. But I answer the prophesized and prayer details. So what you mean to say is, as long as I stay on par with the results and course, I can make things at least easier and enjoyable within reason? Within reason, yes. Okay, let me move forward, please. Right. Jolly good. On one of the coffee tables, a thick hardcover book with an undiscernible amount of pages in it, but thick like about 3 or so of Deborah White Smith's Jane Austen novels or so. The cover, spine, and back have no writing on them, only a single Neo-Christianity symbol, Neo-spiritual Christianity crucifix. Darn these yellows. Darn the green screen affecting the yellows. I gotta do something about that at some point. Only a single neo-spiritual Christianity crucifix on the all light blue cardboard. Obed picks up the book and says to Dr. Wolf and Magi-Chan, well, you gents enjoy yourselves. Magi-Chan Prime, I shall be in touch. I'm out to make a fresh pot of tea and enjoy this book. I know my cracker will really enjoy reading this for herself after Christ-Chan Prime is out of bloody jail. Imagine that! Christ team being the God of gods. Oh, how can my crackler have a miss saw that in her meditations? Oh well, time to move onward. Cheers! She goes to the kitchen, makes her tea, then vacates to her room to enjoy the book. Well, she's in a brighter mood now, Dr. Wolf observed. Indeed so. Meanwhile, Wolf, if I might call you that, I'd like to share a talk with you, please. Oh, well, certainly, Magi-Chan. Meanwhile, Virginia's Team Rocket base, Nate Cirque is seen sound asleep upon his desk with his pen indented into his forehead. He had spent the previous night literally connected with the Akashic records and writing all mess of metaphysical details and comparing science and religion and putting it all together in a single day. Just yeah, it spent all day and all night connecting not only with the ancient prophecies, this unconsciousness and core, but with the Akashic records as well. No less than 5 empty crumpled energy drink cans littered the trash can nearby. He suddenly crashed into his mental brick wall at about 12:01 a.m., then leaned forward on the page he was in the middle of writing and crashed to sleep. He must have read about at least 500 pages or so on his streamed symposium by hand in pens, multiple pens. His room was cleared with flat sheets of paper. Scientist Gibby knocks on the Nate Cirque's door. Nate Cirque is startled awake at about 9 a.m., sitting up at a joke. The Ribbon Club is meeting at the water fountain again. Gibby knocks again. Nate Cirque comes to consciousness with absolutely no recollection of writing anything. Come in, he announces. Gibby is, Sir, I've found solid links between the prophecies and... Gibby notices all the sheets of paper writing on them. He picks up one and reads it as Nate Cirque stretches, then rubs his forehead, removing the pen that was lodged there. The mark was obvious. Gibby gasped, Nate Cirque, sir, have you written this? In days, Nate Cirque asked, wrote what? Now noticing the paper in his room, this is extraordinary. Sir, you have rewritten science and religion in perfect unison. Huh? Speak English, Doc. May I take this with me, sir? Sure, whatever. Cleans up my room. Where did all this come from, anyway? Gibby collects the strewn sheets of paper, then leaves. Drowsy, Nate Cirque gets out of his chair for a leak, then some water. Okay, let me just have a quick soda break myself. And we're definitely going to come up into where the drawings I had drawn come into play. But anyway, so Big Apple Zone, New York City, 8 o'clock a.m. Right by the famous fountain of New York that yearly becomes an ice skating rink, the citizens, commuters, and all various races and anthro species and Pokemon walk the sidewalks on this busy, lively, clear day with tears in the skies above Stark Industries, Central Park, the Empire State Building, and Lady Liberty, and so on. Right by the mentioned fountain, a portal opens, and into the portal, landing on the walk, is a roughly 2 foot 8 inch tall white alcorn with golden hooves, black mane with rainbow streak, a long tail like a lion, with a black tip with rainbow edge like a paintbrush, and a rainbow colored lightning bolt for a cutie mark. She stands with a slight face. Hey, Doc, can you tell Firebrand not to go Super Saiyan on my channel? She shakes her head and starts smiling. What? Huh? This isn't my channel. Or Equestria. Humans? Oh. My gosh. She takes some deep breaths. Okay, Lightning Bliss, calm down. You're somehow on Earth. It's okay. I'll just open the portal back to my channel and go back. Yeah. She focuses on her mind and uses her magic to open a portal with rainbow edges. She hops in. She's at where her YouTube channel base would be alright, but there was absolutely nothing there aside from a pet rat or two. Not even a door to an analyst's hallway. What happened to my channel? Her shout echoes. Oh, this is not good. She decides to hop back through the portal, then close it. Shoot. Okay, if only Emily were here, she might open me.
Hey, Mommy, look! A rainbow Pegasus!
The exclaim came from a young human 5-year-old girl with long, curly, coffee brown hair and braces on her laughing, grinning teeth made Lightning Bliss turn to see her running, open arm to hug Lightning. Oh no! You've been toddler, girl! Lightning summons her rainbow power and teleports, landing her at the outskirts of New York on a field by an interstate road near the northeast border of Pennsylvania. Keep it together, Lightning. There must be someone here who can tell me where I am. Oh dear. I might just fix that. Will you please stay upright? Okay, I'll fix you up a little better later. Stay upright, will you please? Sorry, technical difficulty here. Okay, so when I fix that, alright. Ai, guys, sobbing out. Oi, véi, stop aí, dingo, bada. Oi, stay. Dang nabbit. Okay, I'll fix you later. Alright. Fortunately, Sanchu and Rosie were on that freeway, and they hear Lightning Bliss's wail. It was so harsh they had to pull over into the nearby field. That sound! It's so loud! Rosie attempts to look around as the noise dies down. She spots a crying alicorn. Over there, Sanchu! Rosie points. I said she needs help. Sanchu nods. They approach her. Within nanoseconds, Sanchu remembers. A Pegasus with a unicorn horn. The alicorn you'll meet, do not call her kid or short or little. Rosie speaks to the alicorn. You know what? Here's the... if you can ignore the green screen, you can pretty much recognize this. But anyway, these drawings will be on the Etsy shop later on. Anyway, so... But yeah, essentially Sanchi and Rosie beat Lightning Bliss. Yabba dabble. You know, I'm gonna put this, take this off my lap, put it on the chair beside me. Like that. There. Alright. Anyway. Green screen, what are you gonna do? Another detail, 3, 9, off screen details. Okay. Rosie speaks to the alicorn. Hey, are you okay? Lightning speaks as she turns up and looks at him. No, I'm not okay. I don't know where I am. My channel is empty, and I can't go back home. Sanchi whispers to Rosie, "Hey, Rosie, don't call her cute, short, or little." Rosie nods.
She must be from the future. Miss, are you from
Oh, wait a minute.
Miss, are you from the future year?
Rosie asks her.
Future year?
Alright. Yeah.
You are near New York.
You are near New York on Earth on the morning of February 27, 2006. Sanchi nods. Wait. Did you say 2006? Rosie nods.
Oh no.
Oh, then I go back in time! Lightning asks in shock. It's happening a lot lately, Sanchi tells the Alicorn. It's part of the dimension merge, the two halves. Making a long story short. Anyway, I'm Sanchi, and this is Rosie.
You can come with us. We're going to get the Chaos Crystal Ball that'll help us and Christian clear the worst of the mess.
Rosie tells her as she reaches into her bag for the roll of toilet paper. Sanchi gets a sealed new bottle of Dasani brand water from his bag. They offer the water and tissue to Lightning. She levitates the items, unscrews the bottle cap, drinks some water, puts the cap back on, then rips off some tissues from the roll to wipe her tears and blows her nose. After a moment, Lightning Bliss calms down and begins to clear her head. Thanks. I'm Lightning Bliss, by the way. Glad to meet you, Lightning.
I like that name. It resonates power in a common storm.
Lightning smiles and lets.
Thanks. Wait, did you say you're Sancho and Rosie?
Yes. I've heard of you guys from the internet and Night Star, as well as Christian. You're looking for a crystal ball in New York to save the universe? Yep, Sancho and Rosie tell her. Lightning finishes drinking the last of the water in the bottle. And you guys know Magi-Chan too, right?
Yes, he can help you out.
Okay. I'll go with you both to New York and help out. Then we can head to Quickville.
Just one favor though, please. Keep the human children away from me.
Consider us your supportive entourage, Sanchi tells her. Rosie picks up the remaining toilet paper roll and tucks it into her bag. Sanchi pulls an empty plastic Walmart bag from his satchel and opens it. Lightning levitates the trash into the empty bag. The three of them make their way to New York. Sanchi drops the trash into a trash can on the way, then uses some hand sanitizer to clean his hands. Here you go. Big Apple Zone, Act 1. Sanchi, Rosie, and Lightning enter New York City. I gotta check a detail here. That's right. They enter New York. I'm gonna go ahead and show this up. So yeah, you saw it. This was on Twitter a little while ago. There's Gibby. He came back in time as well. Oh my gosh! Is that Sanchi, Rosie, and Alicorn? Yeah, Gibby, that you. You went back in time, man. Gibby went back in time. Now your face runs in the ring. That's funny. That's cool. Anyway, they enter New York City and start their search for the purple Chaos Crystal Ball. By the way, there's 8 Chaos Crystal Balls as well as 8 Chaos Emeralds, and there are 8 Master Emeralds in all. And the Master Sunstone, here's the answer to that common question. What is the Master Sunstone? It's a deformed Master Emerald, the orange one specifically. It just got chipped off to make it look like into a sunstone. And the 8 Master Emeralds were around the one Ultimate Emerald, like, compass needles around the center point. Anyway, the 3 of them traverse the streets, building walls, platforms, and rooftops. Lightning was able to help as the flyer of the group. They take down Decepticon Micromasters and Laserbeak and Ravage clones, along with a few Team Rocket grunts and leaders, robots from Eggman and GUN, and even, oddly enough, these levitating, dark-type, regular Sideshoes from another alternate universe. Grinding rails, collecting rings, and using homing attacks, thunderbolts, and rainbow beams to down the baddies. Along the way, Sanchi recognizes a certain Lady Bat as she looks at a most gorgeous diamond display in a jewelry store window, then stops. Excuse me, miss? Sancho addresses the sexy Batwoman. But aren't you rouged back? With a smirk, she turns around and says, Well, that depends. Who wants to know? Wait, I do know you. You're Sanchi Prime, aren't you? Yes, Rosie is standing by him and Lightning with cyan chaos crystal ball in her hand. That she sees and eyes.
Are you looking for a Chaos Emerald, lover boy?
Not quite, Rouge. Where? Sanchi starts it on cue. Rosie irritates.
Sonichu, don't talk about the crystal balls. You know she'll want it for herself.
The Rouge eyes Lightning.
Ah, and what a cute little donkey you have there. I am not a donkey. I am an alicorn, and I'm only warning you once, Rouge. Do not call me cute or little.
Rouge gets sassy.
Oh, and what are you gonna do?
Wave your little horn at me? Right back, girl, that's it! And then Lightning wraps Rouge in the rainbow sphere and launches her into the sky above. Then it explodes with a boom! Rouge escapes the rainbow-colored smoke, flapping her wings. Now that is an angry horse.
Well, thanks for warning me, Sanchu,
Rosie says. I thank Sana-cha for warning me. Sanchu replies, I'll tell you later. A flash of interdimensional light shines right behind Sanchu, Rosie, and Lightning. They turn to find a brooding Magi-Chan Sanchu with a seriously tattered vest, socks, and his shoes had really seen better days. His back was turned to the three of them, his royal purple stripes exposed, and a few patches of fur were missing off of him. Magi-Chan, the three of them called to him. Then this Magi-Chan says to them with coughs and sugarfoot, I lost my Chris-chan. I lost Quickville. And that Sonichu had to fight that SMT. Beep! Whoa! The three say aloud. That's not our Magi-Chan. You're absolutely right. Prime. I'm not of your universe. And now I... His voice goes distorted as a black aura covers him as he says, I've lost my mind and I'm taking it out on your universe. He turns with red and counterclockwise spirals in his eyes and face like a ravenous beast. Magi-Chan Rav, as I'm just nicknaming him just for, this one turned ravenous. He manifested a translucent blood-red barrier around him and attacked not with psychic attacks, but with dark type and ghost type attacks from sucker punches, dark voids, pursuits to shadow claws. The team had to dodge these attacks and hit Rav with electric and rainbow attacks to wear the barrier down before hitting him with homing attacks. The intensity of the attacks got more fierce after each physical hit on this deranged, lost former Magi-Chan. After 3 hits, he was down but not out. As he was about to use his last resort haymaker, Lightning Bliss knew that Magi-Chans in most universes were overpowered tough. So she used her best rainbow attack, tap X or A until the energy reaches its peak, to trap Magi-Chan Rav to the ground with rainbow wrist and ankle weights. Then the ultimate Lightning Bliss rainbow shoots from her horn as she shouts in the distorted voice, "Touch the rainbow, mother!" The rainbow hits Rav massively. After the focused rainbow dust and smoke settled, a 4-car-sized crater was in the street, and the falling, lifeless body of that dark variant of Magi-Chan Sonichu within it turned into ash and blew with the wind. A nearby sign appears and spins to reveal Sanchi Prime's portrait. Sonichu and Rosie recovered from that. Wow, Sanchi said to Rosie and Lightning. Magi-Chan said I'd eventually fight and have to take down one of his evil self-counterparts. That was actually really upsetting. I hear that, Rosie responds with a nod. Suddenly, the green Chaos Emerald appears in front of them, but someone else snags it. A first Sonichu from an alternate universe. In the Prime universe, which is Prime timeline, which is this one, is known as Sonichu Prime and Roshi Prime, as they are the prime of not only all Sonichus and Roshus in this universe and timeline, and all throughout the multiverse, but in all the other universes, the Sonichu and Roshi self-counterparts are known as Sonichu the First and Roshu the First, or varying depending on the situations, like obviously within the gender-bent universe, for example. Anyway, then someone else, a first Sanchu from an alternate universe. Sanchu looks upon him and recognizes a distorted yet matching aura as his. Who are you? Sanchu Prime asks. He responds, Why, Prime, I am you from universe N641211987, a universe destroyed by the corrupted wiles of Opus-Con upon my Magi-Chan, Chris-Chan, and Rose-Chu. She turned against me. I see you have yours still. Ha ha! N641 Sanchu runs to Rosie Prime to snag her too, but is intercepted by the lightning blade of another Rosen Rose-Chu, the first of Timeline 1C's gender-bent universe. That's enough, N641 Sanchu, he tells him. The primes must never be tarnished or lost. Rosie approaches Ross and looks him over. She thinks, just like in my dream. N641 Sanchu stood, then asked from right behind him, running to him, from his left, Sanchu the First, from his right, Sonica the Hedgehog, and from directly above, Tailsico. Sanchu and N641 used a combination of chaos control and double team to more than teleport away from the intersection. Tailsico halted with her fall with her two tails upon landing, and Sonica and Sancha stopped by Tailsico. In that moment, Sanchu Prime recognized Sancha from who he saw in the lake of his dream. N641 Sanchu reappeared in multiples, each with a replica or clone of the Chaos Emerald in their hand. Around the group in three directions of the famous Times Square intersection, New York, the original N641 with a Chaos Emerald took refuge in a large gray tanker truck. Then drove off in the direction behind and away from the Primes and Lightning Bliss. End of Big Apple Zone, Act 1, Rank S. Skittles! And then teleporting in to join the group as Sanchu Prime, Rosie Prime observed with surprise. Lady Magi-Chan, Timeline 1C's gender-bent universe, and Grand Elder Magi-Chan Sanchu of Timeline 4D. Sanchu Prime focuses on Magi-Chan as, Magi-Chan, is that you? Grand Elder and Magic open telepathic communications, bringing both primes, Lightning Bliss, Sonica, Tailsico, Sancha, and Rosin into a moment around them, frozen in a small tetrasecond of time. Which essentially, that's just kind of, it looks something like this. You see all the N641 Sanchu clones all around them, and darn yellow screen. And unfortunately, I just didn't have room to place Tailsico, so she's just off to the side a little bit. My apologies, Tailsico. But yeah, you can see everybody else. Anyway, everything frozen. Right. Magic responds to Sanchu. I am Magi-Chan Sanchu, yet I am not Magi-Chan Sanchu, the one of your prime universe in our prime timeline 1C. Not counting Grand Elder Magi-Chan of timeline 4D and the Council of Christ-Chans. Grand Elder waves and says, Hello everyone, with his third eye open. Magic resumes, I am Lady Magic Sanchu, and I introduce. They each wave and say hi as they are called. Sanchu the First, and Rose-Chu the First. They are the first Sanchu and Rose-Chu of our universe. And that's Sonica the Hedgehog and Melina Tailsico Prower. We herald from an alternate universe in this timeline that some would call, quote, gender bent. We will explain more in depth later in Quickfield, but right now between us, you, and the countless number of Chris-Chans and Christ-Chans, including our Jesus Christ-Chan Sanchu Prime, and Magi-Chan Sanchus, including your Magi-Chan Sanchu Prime, we are all working together throughout the time between the years 2006 and 2022 to expunge the evil variants attempting to corrupt our timeline's prime universe 211987 and both the recombining Earth halves and the dimension merge. The Sanchu who took the Chaos Emerald and the former Magi-Chan that has been exiled from all existence herald from the lost timeline N641, Central Universe, where the Earth there is lost due to that which had corrupted the Magi-Chan and Chris-Chan there by Timeline 1C's Universe 211987's Opus-Con 789. And we're locating S&T from 1C2 11987's Earth
to N64121197's Earth, along with others, all which will return to 1C211987's Earth. N641 Sanchu has gone AWOL with his want for revenge against Opus Con and S&T by destroying this Earth. He must be stopped now. Presently, he and two matching clones each took a tanker truck down each of these 3 streets. Sanchu Prime, Rosie Rose Prime, and Lightning Bliss, you take the one down the street behind you. Sanko, Rawson, and Grand Owner, you take the left road, and Sancho, Tesco, and I will take the right road. Once we've taken down the original N641 Sanchu, all the manifested clones shall disappear from existence. Lightning Bliss raises a hoof and asks, excuse me, Magic, but I had to ask, why am I here now? Magi-Chan Prime in 2022 is chronicling these events as we speak in our Goddess Law pages at Central Virginia Regional Jail. Some are being fatally placed from 2022 to 2006 and using their unique powers and abilities, including their chronicling and metaphysical abilities that manifest under her powers as Goddess Guides. At a point, Lightning Bliss, Magi-Chan Prime shall manifest the ultimate miracle upon her second coming with the rainbow-colored Ultimate Emerald, linking with the Master and Chaos Emeralds, as well as the Chaos Crystal Balls, Time Stones, Soul Emeralds, Dragon Balls, and all other crystals, gems, and stones of magic and power around both halves of the 1C211987 Earth. You, Lightning Bliss, break the fourth wall time and again, so your metaphysical powers is great. But also in part, your rainbow powers will help usher in the chaos rainbow that abolishes demons, devils, and evil individuals on your universe's Earth here. Lightning gasped in revelation. Now, everyone, we must disperse and take down N641 Sanchi for good. Sanchi Prime, your encouraging catchphrase, please? And that son Sanchi shouts with a fist raised in the air. Everyone, let's zap it up! Zap it up! They all, including Lightning Bliss, shout. Magic dispels the telepathy and time resumes around them. The clones disperse around New York. The 3 teams disperse down the 3 streets. Rouge looks down from the skies. My, that's a lot of Sanchus and emeralds. Big Apple Zone, Act 2. Sanchu, Rosie, and Lightning Bliss run down the road in pursuit of N641 Sanchu. He uses the Chaos Emerald to convert the truck and trailer into a transector, so as the 3 of them catch up, N641 transforms the truck into an airline-like jet. Hey, that's unfair! Lightning Bliss shouts. Giving chase, the 3 of them grind rails, run up skyscrapers, jump platforms, humming attack clone N641s, and blasting them along the way. They reach the rooftops. N641 launches missiles and rapid bullets they have to dodge. Hey, that's my tail! Lightning shouts. Using thunderbolts, thunder, and rainbow attacks, they graze the wings of the jets bit by bit as they keep running rooftops and downing N641 clones. Sanacha tells Sanchu through Magic, nice to meet you, Sanchu Prime. Shame it wasn't under better circumstances. Under better, sir. Taste my blade, N641. Sanchu sends thoughts through Magic back to Sancha. You okay? I'm cool. Keep focused and safe, Sanchu. See you on the ground later. See you on the ground later, Sancha. And thanks for the tips. No problem. Yep. Team Prime continued down the trail until when they end up at Central Park, where the jet lands and transforms into a headless robot. Quickly remedied as N641 Sanchu runs out, grabbing 2 ends of a cut phone line and getting a massive recharge. Hey, people in Pokemon are paying for that! Shouts Rosie Rose 2 Prime. Then N641 Chaos Control teleports the neck hole of the Transcenter body, slam dunking the Chaos Emerald into it, and turning himself and his body into a Sanchu face and head-shaped headmaster. The emerald in the robot's chest laid in the center right behind the Decepticon symbol. Within seconds, Rosie's signed Chaos Crystal Ball glows, strongest in the direction of the nearby Crystal Connections Rock and Gem store. Sanchu Prime sees the purple Chaos Crystal Ball in the window of the store. Well, I really do hate breaking and entering. I really do. But then Sanchu starts, but then he has no choice in the situation, so he runs in the open door of the store and grabs the purple Chaos Crystal Ball, then runs back out with Stan Bush's The Touch playing in the background. Dun, dun,
You've got the touch.
You've got the power.
That's drawing. Chaos control. Oh boy, you'll be able to see this a lot better on the Etsy store. It'll be good, really good. Make sure you get the pictures to up down on time. Christorians of the Quickie. And seriously, clamp the language on that website. And I've already made things clear in that statement video. So you know better. Okay? Anyway. As N641-Tron uses chaos control to increase the robot's physical speed, Sanchi, Rosie, and Lightning really had to step up their A game. As N641-Tron went around firing rounds and missiles, one missile hits a life-size Lego Octon tank truck. Everyone dodged on the ground and in the air. Lightning flew and shot rainbow beams at it. Sancho and Rosie initially used thunder and thunderbolts to hit with little damage. Resorting to homing attack, the N641 clones to gain altitude and hit the robot with homing attacks and lightning blade swing hits. The same was going on with the other two teams at two other parts in New York City. Well, that's a gift. Sanchi Prime saw an opportunity as N641-Tron was waning with increasing damage upon the chest. Well, Sanchi Prime, if he could do that with Double Team. In midair, Sanchi focused and used Chaos Control with Double Team, but with a twist. For with Sanchu in the core, his clones gathered around him and they combined to form a matching size Sanchu equal to N641-Tron. N641 saw through that, "Oh no, you don't," as he shoots a laser beam from his red eyes at the oversized Sanchi Prime, but to no avail with a shield from the Chaos Crystal Ball. So yeah, here's a detail, a big difference between the Chaos Crystal Balls and the Chaos Emeralds, aside from the lightning and electricity benefits in the Chaos Crystal Balls. So a Chaos Emerald is 1/8 power level of a Master Emerald. That's roughly about 12.5%. And a Chaos Crystal Ball is 15% power level of Master Emerald. So, time for I to light our darkness hour, Sanchi Prime says aloud as he massively mock punches the Decepticon symbol on the Transceptor's chest, smashing through. The original Chaos Emerald is forced out the back of the robot, and Rue swoops in, snags it, and flies away. "Hey!" Lightning Bliss shouts. "Let it go, Lightning," Magic telepathically tells her. Sanchi Prime pulls his fist out, and as N641 Sanchi ejects from the exploding Transceptor's neck and crashes on the ground with the "I got one last trick, God," the original N641 Sanchi shouts as he uses his Sonichite to Mega Evolve and recover some. Sanchi Prime had to break from the clones made by enacting his Mega Evolution into Mega Sanchu. But here's the thing. So, the Sonichites and Rochites that came about from the Chaos Crystal Balls in 2010 had not occurred yet. But alternatively, they could use a Chaos Crystal Ball or a Master or a Chaos Emerald to Mega Evolve. But it just would be at a fraction of the power, as opposed to just going for one super form. Anyway, what was I? Enacting his Mega Evolution into Mega Sanchi, but with the boost and power of the purple Chaos Crystal Ball. "What? How can you Mega Evolve without a Sonichite in your possession yet?" Sanchi Prime responds, "I don't know. It's gotta be a strange twist of fate, telling me heaven can wait. And I'm immortal! I'm an immortal special Sanchi of the Prime Universe." Sanchi Prime teleports above N641 Sanchi, then faster than light, righteous light power punches him into the ground in submission. With N641 Sanchi to no longer Mega Evolve, Sanchi Prime levitates down to him with Rosie and Lightning running to back Prime up in a wrecking ball-sized crater center as Sanchi Prime looks down disapprovingly at N641 Sanchi, like Jesus Christ Chan Prime looking down disappointedly at a sinner who is darkest sinning and refuses to repent. Ensis 41 Sanchi looks up to see the holy light power aura of Sanchi Prime that makes him see and cry. I see now, Ensis 41 Sanchi says to Prime, with Rosie and Lightning as witnesses. I used to have such a good aura and energy around my Christian. Then my universe's gods looked down upon her and revoked her powers because she was lost and misguided by Opus Con 789's influence. Your Christian was not really a model my Christian followed because Christian Prime's intentions were grossly misunderstood. Your Christian was not really a model my Christian followed because Christian Prime's intentions were grossly misunderstood by those like Opus Con. Prime, your Christian on the 1218 half is God. My Christian couldn't be God because she let herself fall, and I followed suit. Thus I failed. Sanchi Prime, when you meet S&T and Coordinate, please tell them I'm sorry for thinking so wrongly of them. Sanchi slips out from his mega evolved form back to his normal self as Ensis 41 Sanchi weakly raises his right hand for forgiveness. Sanchi Prime of his volition smiles, grabs Ensis 41 Sanchi's hand, and both Sanchi Prime and I tell Ensis 41 Sanchi together, "Thy will be done. I forgive you, first Sanchi of M64121197 universe." "Thank you, Prime," Ensis 41 Sanchi replies. "Christian, I'm returning to you." Ensis 41 Sanchi breathes his last breath. Then he is turned to ash and is blown away with the wind upward. Sanchi Pride looks upward as the ashes fly. The sky clears with renewed sunshine glowing down upon Sanchi, Rosie, and Lightning, and the other heroes and the rest of New York City. Sanchi Prime shed tears for the lost self-counterpart of his. All of the Ensis 41 Sanchi clones and clone emeralds disappear into thin air. Magi-Chan and GE teleport their teams to Sanchi, Rosie, and Lightning Bliss's location in a road near Central Park. "Sanchi, are you okay?" Rosie asks him with empathetic tears in her eyes. Sanchi responds, "I shall be okay, my beloved Rosie. I now have sorrow for my multiversal self-counterparts who have fallen like he from timeline Ensis 41. I have faith in all my darkest self-counterparts eventually being healed and cleansed someday, somewhere. I count the blessings of every single one of me that are good, light-powered, and righteous, for that is what I am, and so is my Christ-Chan that is Prime, hearing me, helping me, chronicling, caring, and thinking of us all." Everyone nods in agreement. They all get out of the center as the second squadron Sanchis and Roshus of New York undo the damage wrought upon New York City that day. Sanchi and Rosie hug each other in affirmed further appreciation and love for one another and themselves. Sanchi tucked the purple chaos crystal ball into his bag. At that time, Magi-Chan and GE teleported Sanchi, Rosie, Lightning Bliss, Sancha, Rawson, Saka, and Telescope back to the Psychic Tower in Quickville, Virginia to chill and recover for a while. The time was 10 o'clock a.m. End of Big Apple Zone, Act 2, Rank S, Search and Found. In Quickville in her bedroom at 10 o'clock p.m., Old Bad Scribbler is eating an apple fresh from the fruit bowl and enjoying a growing book while making mental notes on how best to chronicle Christ-Chan Prime with her powers, abilities, skills, and forms tangible, getting out of jail and return to Sanchi Temple and Barbara legally and safely without mucking it up. She thinks, "This is going to be a tall order to fulfill." End of Chaos Crystal Control Act 4, Rank S. Spiritually satisfying. "Oh, very clever, Chris." Old Bab tells me. "Hey, Scribs," Lightning Bliss says. "Good evening, Blissy. I shall see you soon." Old Bab Scribbler responds. And that's Chaos Crystal Control Act 4. More than 10 acts. And that is all you'll get for free. But I will be collaborating and getting this all written out and printed and everything. We're going to have books drawn of all of this. Drawn, written, everything. and so forth. It's going to take some time to get into it, but there you go. That's a little sample of it. That's all you get for free for now. So you can look forward to the further details that come about from the full story. Sorting this out really quick. I'm thinking. Well, that took about an hour. If I had my phone to look up, I'd go see if there was snow coming up. Oh wait, I do have my phone. Duh. I'll bite. Let me see if there is. Let's see. About a forecast for this area. It doesn't say anything about snow on Wednesday. It says sunshine though for this area. But I will not dismiss the possibility. Yeah. I mean, that's all past tense, and I've already said what I said about Donald Trump. He's never getting out of jail. He's not being president again, so there's that detail. And G5, My Little Pony, just plain canceled outright. G4 is continuing. It's going to be shelved. Hello, Camden. Thank you for your support. Anyway, so I'm thinking for right now. Just whatever comes to mind, and I'll take any questions that come out from the people that paid. It never happened. As I said before and again, it never ever happened in this timeline. Essentially from all that, I kind of essentially was overbound by stress from the events because I just knew that Isabel at the time was really going to blackmail me and all that. I just knew that was going to happen coming up. I just knew she was just essentially bad intention. I tried to refer her to being good, but ultimately it just didn't happen that way. And of course, I mean, shoot. Between Dylan and Taylor, who didn't see the abuse from him upon her from a mile away? Who didn't? And shoot, you know that Noah was going to backstab me one way or another. I mean, you saw the way they just refunded everybody despite me having done all that work already. That was dumb. I mean, commonsensical detail, granted, but still dumb. And, oh yeah, and of course, Sockness at the time, gradually, he's long gone forgotten. I'm never saying his name again. Anyway. Yeah, that'll be a whole different thing, just the commissions and drawings. I'll announce when I'm open for commissions when I am ready, but that'll be a whole different kettle of fish. Right now, I'm talking about going back to my books and drawings and everything. I'll be outsourcing. I'll be delegating with people of whom we can be very trustful and worthy with. Because obviously it's not just got to be every single Tom, Dick, and Harry or yada yada yada. Earl Doob, hey. Big Chunkus is a meme. Big Chunkus. Anyway, that'll come out later time, but I'll tell you what. I can actually confirm this. I do have Animal Crossing New Horizons, okay? I'll have a dream code set up. I'll put down to my Twitter later. Well, a lot of people have interpreted me, Jesus Christ, as God as opposed to Emmanuel, who was who was the God above me, but really, moreover, we are equals. The one deity above us is the one that I am directly connected with, that resides within the one Alpha and Omega point of all existence, of whom I have the deepest connections with. Not very many individuals can do that, and only one can. That would be the avatar of all existence. I am not. I'm touching table. And let me think. I'm glad that Ian, you loved it. But hey, can we have all the memes be no longer a thing? The ones that came about from me in repetition. I mean, the Julie, the Ian. I pretty much debunked all of that already. Hey, the late 2000s called. They want their memes back. Nick Gurr. Hey, Nick. Thank you. And thank you, Christine. Anyway, my brain's feeling everywhere. That's to be confirmed later on in part with my outsourcing and collaborations and delegations and everything. That's possible. That's possible, Austin, but that's to be confirmed later on. Look at all these books behind me. Wow, this image is so clear. You can actually read the titles of these books. That's another detail I should mention, the soul bonding. It literally happens with the energies and auras of the individuals and partners involved. Or even just simple friends that can bond with each other in energy and like energy. And those that can actually have a greater bond or feeling with each other in highest resonance, then it shall last a lot longer indeed. And then, of course, with the soul bonding, it goes really deep, where the energy is intermingling between the partners and individuals involved. And there does not need to be any physical sets at all. It's the energy, it's the aura. Intermingling. I don't really have a favorite Capri Sun flavor. Not consciously in this timeline anyway. But I imagine I would enjoy one that has blueberry and or raspberry in it. You're welcome. I was very happy to give you all this sample of the bigger story. And boy, there's a lot more to it. But there is a massively lot more to it. And I forget that, right? What's that? Yeah. Just add 4 there. I wrote that in one day. I'm still meditating on my sermons and everything. It's just a lot for me to go through. I'm going through a lot and everything, and all these transitions and details and everything. But if there is a sermon I can give to y'all today, it is this. You all are seeing the signs and events and everything that is happening and passing. And the Israelites shall succeed in that war between them and Palestine. And with the cardiac arrest in Putin recently, you shall see his physical fall by his own weapon as prophesied. No. That's enough sit. Oh, I wonder what that was. That's what that was down there. Just a leg of the light that's in front of me. All right. WASD. There you go. There is no Ian Brandon Anderson there. Only Jesus Christine West and Chandler Sanchi Prime. There never was an Ian Brandon Anderson. Chris Poggers, thank you for your support and kindness. My brain is feeling this. That's a whole thing, but anyway, that's okay. People shall know shortly enough. And I don't know what a gooner is, but I am certainly not a goon. Flinging, stinging, glabigazoy, cause she freak benegana, or gonna beni, or so because she, or little pisala, the old knee, or because so big on the opisa, or because so big, oh, God, you see, a sheep in the begamana, or gonna be, oh, it's so big out there. Yay. Labity doy or body so. I love being connected with everything, I really do. Anyway. I kind of feel a little. Demon in thy dog, be gone. Anyway, I think that'll do it for tonight. Thank you all, everybody, for your support and kindness and watching. I bid y'all a safe, good evening. Oh, interesting. I'll keep that in mind as a possibility. Anyway, thank you all for watching. You all have a great, safe night or day or wherever it is in your part of the world. Thank you.